Please, Nancy.
Do you have Carrie and those guys? Is Carrie come too?
Sorry, just have the judge stand.
Okay. Sure.
All right, you're up.
Shannon Crystal, Purchasing and Economic Analyst.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
So I have a couple items before the board today. We'll start with a
Oh,
conflict.
I'm sorry, you meant you. Oh.
No, you can stay right there. You're fine.
You look back there.
We'll start with the conflict public defense discussion. We have no new applicants to discuss. We have the two that we are setting appointments for. And we had discussed after BOE setting those for interviews. Our trick is that the commissioners don't slow down. We go right from BOE back into budget, and you've got a very tight schedule. So I do have two small windows that I wanted to discuss if there was something else that if we preferred one or the other. The first one is next Wednesday, July the 13th, in the afternoon at about 2:30. You do have meetings just prior to that on the budget and claims, but you do have a little space just after that in the afternoon. The next one that I can find that's open is the following Monday, July 18th, in the morning, which we usually don't. We usually have other things scheduled.
Are we doing budget on the 18th?
The afternoon, yes.
Or not in the morning?
It was in the
It's the 18th of Monday?
Yeah, there's. I think there was.
But-
It was in the afternoon, I thought.
Okay, I just don't want you guys to shorten your
That's
days
when
to be able to look
Jason's.
at budget.
That's when Jason's doing the budget
No,
proposals.
we're doing that on the 13th.
Yeah,
the 13th?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Okay.
But the Wednesday afternoon, I mean, we're here anyway.
I have PDA that morning. Well, it starts at 11, and it might be a little longer. Yeah, they were saying the agenda might be longer, but I don't know. As soon as I'm done, I'll jump in.
Go
I think
ahead.
Wednesday would be your best
I
bet.
think,
We'll head in that direction.
yeah, I'd just assume we need to move forward if we can. Put a notice, I don't know, in the Idaho Falls paper, Longville County paper. We heard that half their prosecuting office has quit. They're getting a new prosecutor. And
We have openings.
they said they have six openings in the prosecutor's office now, because people have quit up there.
Making our world look pretty good.
Yep.
The prosecutor sent out a notice to the sheriff's office to quit arresting people. And it went to somebody found out about it, and it was published today, I guess.
So I just pulled the news story. 9 out of 10 criminal prosecutors are leaving Bonneville County.
Okay. We
Anyway.
will gladly find a home for those individuals.
No, let's move on, Nema.
Okay. I do assume that the one will need to be through Zoom or something like that, if that's all right that I set that up. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not sure where the individual, if he's still in Florida or where he's at.
Let's try some. Let's make sure though that we've run some tests before we come in here and try and do it. Like the last time, and it
Yep.
took us a while to get with the IT.
Will do. Okay, we'll move forward with that. And I have no further requests for their office as far as furnishings or supplies go. That
Okay.
is all, at least I have, unless the judge has something about.
I don't.
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
That was a nice, what is it?
Investiture.
Investiture.
Yeah, we had
The
a
other
nice
day.
time with that. It's
And
nice.
the departure.
Yeah, it was
the
nice to be able to do both those. It was really sweet.
I'll have to go talk to him. I had a 6-year-old that had decided to have a projectile morning,
Wow.
and I got to watch him. So
Oh, it was very nice. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was
Thank
nice
you.
to be able to get together in person.
yes,
This is the first time we were able to do that.
That's a lot of black robes together, though.
Good picture. I thought it was fun to be able to get up on the bench and take that picture with him.
Good.
All of us up there. So, yeah, most of the 6th district there, along with some federal judge and one from the 7th district.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
there you
That was
go.
pretty impressive.
Hey,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Judge.
See ya.
Okay. Number 4 is a recommendation to award the Safety and Assessment Center architectural services. As you are aware, we received one bid from Booth Architecture. That bid was those qualifications were reviewed. by our panel and found that we are confident they'll be able to do the work for us. We would like to move forward recommending to the board that we award that bid to Booth Architectural Services with a contract to follow next Tuesday.
Have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we award the indicated RFQ to Booth Architecture as requested.
Have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 And I have a letter prepared for signature. And along those same lines, we now have the draft before the board for the Safety and Assessment Center of Public Works Construction. So that is the same, right? We've talked several times about the super tight timeline. We're going to overlap just a little bit and get this out and hopefully generate some interest on it, and then have the work completed on the architectural side in time for the pre-bid meeting. That will give them that will give the contractors the details they need in order to move forward and actually put hard numbers to. Daniel Kendall's done a great job at the scope of work, being as detailed as we possibly can to get them going, thinking in the direction right that we're headed. This will also give the detail to Booth Architecture as well that they'll need to get things going just as quickly as we can and get it turned around and ready.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So this will be the first one that we'll do dual our normal way that we always have done it. It will go in the paper as required on our website and be pushed out to those general contractors that we do have contact information for. As well as this will be the first one that we run in Bonfire and get exposed to 16,000 some odd other individuals that potentially could be interested. So it'll be interesting to see how I build this, let alone the entire process. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But we'll get that one posted, and you'll have a notice to publish in Tuesday's meeting as well. Okay, perfect. The last item I have is a procurement update for the board.
Just 1 second. We just talked about, and we just okayed, and we just went through this. Do you have any addition?
No, I just have a chance.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm good.
You're good.
You're good. Yeah, we got.
I just want to know if you had anything extra.
No, I've got a meeting with Holly on the grant adjustment at 10:30, so.
Okay.
Ask for like 90 to 120 days extension, please.
After the July.
Yes, please.
So we've talked about that, and it sounds like my understanding is that if we need an extension, they can provide us the financial reimbursement prior to the end of June, and then we'll have that money, but we will provide financial reports as we continue.
So I would highly just push it, because right now, Arctic Circle doesn't have floor poured yet. None of the concrete guys can get concrete. It's all on ration. If they're not, and seriously, she's got to
They understand that, and there was a discussion about that they've got to get the money to us by the end of June, but they could provide us with what's left, and then we can provide financial reports on what it's.
the final completion.
Can you get that in writing?
Yes.
Please?
Yeah.
Because verbal means nothing.
I mean, the whole thing is if they'll do that, that's what's the scary part is right now with what's going on. I think they can get it built if they have all the materials there. But that's all these contracts. I talked to a couple of them 2 days ago, and all of the concrete guys said the same thing. They are at the mercy of when concrete's available.
Okay.
So.
I
When you tear down a cement plant.
Yep.
report back to Shen after the meeting.
All right.
And
Thank you.
All right.
So we just awarded the architectural services for the safety and assessment building. The fuels reduction grant manager position has been out. CCOG is handling that one for us. Those qualifications are due back to them on Tuesday, July the 12th. So that will be coming before the board here shortly. The wellness gravity sewer received no bids on Tuesday. I have a meeting with Scott to talk it through with how we want to move forward with that project, and he'll come back before the board with his recommendation on how to move forward with that one. We do still have an engineering firm that has been interested from the get-go. They just had 2 different contractors back out on them that they just felt that they couldn't get the materials quick enough for our deadlines, even though we said we were willing to discuss what those deadlines were. But both of them backed out on me. So we at least have an engineering firm that is interested in moving forward. But Scott will come back before with the board with a recommendation on that one. And the cell 4 Phase 2 landfill cell expansion liner, the contract was signed on Tuesday by the board, and that team is mobilizing and getting going just as quickly as they can to get things going and finished before the snow flies. Are there any questions?
Nope. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who are you representing today?
Rick, Branson, he couldn't get away from work for the Lava Church. The exemption was missed on the church property
So where did you come up with the name?
for the St. Germain
No,
Foundation.
the Port of Trust.
Oh, my dad, I guess, years ago, back in the day.
It really causes a lot of issues.
Want us to change it?
Well, the other
We did.
the other group that has Port of Trust has had a lot of lawyers interested in things.
Oh,
And
so there's another one?
So we've had a public records request as soon as they saw Port of Trust.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we can change that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're
It's
no
not a big
problem.
deal.
All right. Go ahead and
I'm Dinah Quinn, and I'm here for the Portland Trust. My brother Rick was going to be here, but he couldn't get out of work. So we're here because we missed the tax exemption on the church building.
Do you guys have, do they have somebody or set up reoccurring, because we're not sending out the notices anymore
That's what
because
we found out.
it has turned
And so
into,
we'll keep track
yeah,
of that.
so we just, so it is for a church, nothing's changed on the property, it's being used
Correct. It's been
for,
the same for 40 years. So I think it's been missed for 2 or 3 years now, unfortunately.
so, everything falls under 63602B, which is use of, for religious limited liability. Okay. All right.
That's pretty much
I'm good with that. Just please make sure that that gets back in, so we're not pulling it off the rolls.
Exactly.
So,
parcel number if you want.
Mr. Chairman, I move on parcel R42250126607, the Port of Trust, as they have indicated and shown that they fall under Idaho Code 63602B, that their religious exemption be reinstated.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice seeing you guys again. It's been a while.
Who's representing St. Vincent? Okay, you're next. You see how tough that is?
We're not mean.
We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we're just getting warmed up, man.
We don't start BOE till this afternoon.
Don't start with me being mean.
Go ahead and announce yourself and then just tell us who you represent and what your request is.
My name is Sue Johnson. I'm representing St. Vincent de Paul in Pocatello. And my request is to have our tax exemption notice reinstated for 2022.
Which church properties are those? I'm not familiar.
It's affiliated with the Catholic Church.
Okay, that's the ones. Is that the one at ISU? That's not the one down.
St. Vincent is right over here. It's like Desert Industries.
South Second.
South Side. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. So our mission has not changed. over
Okay.
the
Nope.
years.
You're good. You're good. You had one of the fathers was a colonel in the Army. He was the chaplain
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Idaho
John,
National
Father
Guard.
John.
Was from down here. He was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was.
Remember if you can read it.
Mr. Chairman, on parcel RPPOC 239200 for St. Vincent de Paul, that the religious exemption has been found to be valid under Idaho Code 63602B, therefore the religious exemption be put back in place.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 And you've heard just please make sure we're not sending them out anymore. It got too overwhelming to try and send out all the notices to all of the hundreds of, well, it's 1,000 or so plus.
You know, I was wondering about
Yeah.
that, because I see that I said, that I remember filling it out, but that could have even been last year.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
so
how
we
my
just,
memory is.
yeah, we just stopped sending them out because it was so much in postage and
I
trying to
did not
have
know
somebody
And
to
it
keep
is
track
an
of.
annual thing.
Yeah.
I knew that part, but I did not come to the office to pick up
Yeah,
the form, and
yeah.
I know that.
You can
And
get
it's
them
online.
online. You don't need to, you can get them online if you pull it up.
Thank you for telling me that.
And if you could just next
That
year,
was the problem.
if you just set your
calendar.
calendar reminder sometime January, make sure you put it in.
Thank you for that. I wondered why I missed it.
It
'cause I
seriously
had no
got,
record of it
it
at all.
got to the point where it was one individual for like a month. That's all they did. And it just, we couldn't. you
I
can't keep
understand
it.
that totally.
So,
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
consideration.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Thanks.
All right, Gate City Christian Church.
Hi, I'm Rita Swank, representing Gate City Christian Church, and we are requesting our tax exempt status be reinstated.
all right. Nothing's changed with the property, still being used for its intended purposes under,
Yes, the last year, the only thing that has changed is we did put in a building for a food bank.
and as long as it's being
Yep, it's
used
still-
under the same
Yep,
indication of.
exactly.
I always tell everybody, if you ever have a question of what is or what isn't, go look at 63602B.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Chairman, I move on parcel RCPA A030403, that the tax exempt status, the religious tax exemption be reinstated under Idaho Code 63602B.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that's,
It is on the calendar for next year.
and we've
January
made
1.
everybody that missed come in and talk to us and explain a little bit about what went on. Just, it helps to remind for next year.
It does.
You don't
it
want to
does.
come do the
Yeah.
same thing.
And I'm going to say, Christy was very nice and explained what I need to do, and so, it's been, thank you very
Well, and
much.
it helps too, because a lot of people get the wrong,
Oh,
oh, you just don't like us. No, it has nothing to do with it.
I went back on my letter. Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Well, and like I said,
My mistake.
I think we got to, I think there's close to 1,000 of them.
Oh, I imagine.
And we just can't try and keep track of it for
It's
everybody,
fine.
so,
Thank you
thank you,
very
ma'am.
much.
We're kind of hurrying fast right now.
Yeah.
Want to take recess for 2 seconds? Talk to Scott. Call Scott, see where he's at.
They should be here. Scheduled 9:30.
Well, that's what I'm saying, he should be.